Good afternoon. I'm Diane Macedo. We're coming on the air right now with some breaking news. Now, Buckingham Palace has just issued a statement in reaction to that tell-all interview.
Buckingham Palace has always symbolized royal elegance, but recent FBI discoveries have shattered that image. Behind its grand walls, unexpected truths about bullying, insane rules, and hidden turmoil have been exposed, leaving both royals and the whole country shocked. What's really happening inside the palace? Join us as we uncover the unsettling reality and what this means for the future. Buckingham Palace, a grand symbol of history and majesty, located in the bustling city of London, is renowned globally for its beauty, rich history, and significance. It holds a special place as a representation of the United Kingdom, drawing tourists far and wide to marvel at its majestic architecture, witness the ceremonial changing of the guard, and take in the splendor of its meticulously maintained gardens. The appearance of the palace has not always been the same. Originally known as Buckingham House, it was constructed by John Sheffield in 1703 for his use. In 1761, King George III acquired it for his wife, Queen Charlotte. Additional sections were gradually incorporated, resulting in its expansion and increased magnificence. By the 1800s, it had been transformed into a royal palace, symbolizing Britain's rich historical heritage. Buckingham Palace is known for its impressive architecture, with its front facade constructed from pristine white stone, creating a regal and sophisticated appearance. Boasting a total of 775 rooms, the palace includes opulent halls, luxurious bedrooms fit for royalty, workspaces, and dining quarters. The iconic balcony facing the street serves as a platform for members of the royal family to occasionally greet the public with friendly waves. The palace's interior is awe-inspiring, with tall ceilings and walls adorned with gold, exquisite artwork, and luxurious furnishings. Among the stunning rooms is the ballroom, perfect for hosting large gatherings, where chandeliers gleam from above, contributing to the enchanting ambience. One of the primary highlights at Buckingham Palace is the ceremonial changing of the guard, which occurs at the palace gates. During this event, soldiers in distinctive red uniforms and tall bearskin hats march in precise formation to the accompaniment of music played by a band. The guards switch shifts as they take turns safeguarding the palace. A large crowd consisting of numerous visitors assembles to witness the spectacle, showcasing the rich heritage and strict military discipline. Hidden behind a magnificent palace is a surprising sight, an expansive and tranquil garden. Encompassing 39 acres, the Buckingham Palace Garden is renowned as the biggest private garden in London. Adorned with stunning flowers, serene lakes, and ancient trees, it is home to a variety of rare birds and animals, creating a peaceful oasis in the heart of the bustling city. This garden frequently serves as a venue for exclusive royal functions, where visitors can savor tea and leisurely wander along its charming trails. Buckingham Palace is more than. Buckingham Palace is just a structure where significant moments in history unfold. Numerous vital discussions, lavish dinners, and state festivities occur within its walls. Kings, queens, presidents, and global figures have graced the palace with their presence for various important events. Additionally, the palace hosts official ceremonies annually, recognizing individuals who have made notable contributions to the nation. During certain occasions, Buckingham Palace appears particularly enchanting, such as at Christmas when the palace is adorned with glittering lights, majestic trees, and cheerful decorations. In the summer, the gates are unlocked so visitors can enter and appreciate the elegance of the staterooms. Countless individuals fantasize about experiencing the palace from within, and during a brief period annually, that fantasy becomes a reality. Buckingham Palace represents more than just a residence. It stands as a testament to the power, heritage, and customs of Britain. Despite enduring wars, festivities, and global shifts, the palace stands resolute and dignified. The presence of a flag at the top of the palace informs individuals whether the monarch is present or elsewhere. As individuals stroll by Buckingham Palace, they experience a sense of amazement. The palace is a convergence of history and magnificence, where age-old customs persist, and crowds flock to snap pictures, aspiring to preserve a fragment of its enchantment. Whether observed from the exterior or explored from the interior, Buckingham Palace remains a stunning and enduring spectacle. But behind those towering walls lies more than meets the eye. Life inside Buckingham Palace is a topic of fascination for many. Buckingham Palace is a renowned symbol of elegance, authority, and a rich historical legacy for countless people globally. Visitors eagerly gather at its impressive entrance in anticipation of spotting members of the British royal family. The grand structure, complete with expansive gardens and opulent interiors, seems to epitomize extravagance at its finest. Nevertheless, for the residents of Buckingham Palace, life within its walls is much more intricate than the public perception from afar. Originally, King James I planted a mulberry garden on the site where Buckingham Palace now stands. In the early 17th century, Buckingham House was acquired by King George III in 1761 to provide a cozy family residence for his wife, Queen Charlotte, near St. James's Palace, where many official engagements were held. The residence was dubbed the Queen's House and served as the birthplace of 14 out of George III's 15 children. Over time, the palace underwent numerous expansions and renovations, gradually becoming the iconic landmark we know today. Throughout its history, Buckingham Palace has been a witness to a multitude of significant events, including royal births and deaths, political assemblies, and communal festivities. Even though Buckingham Palace is where the monarchy conducts its administrative duties, not all senior royals choose to live there permanently. King Charles III and Queen Camilla, for example, still prefer to reside at Clarence House, their former home before Charles became king. Very few members of the royal family stay at the palace when they are in London for official engagements or events. It also serves as the workplace for many who support the royal family in their duties. For a large number of staff responsible for the smooth running of daily tasks and ceremonial functions, those living in Buckingham Palace as part of the royal family experience a life filled with luxury and privilege. They start their day in elegantly decorated rooms encompassed by valuable art and historical artifacts. Expert chefs prepare their meals, and their personal assistants take care of their every requirement. Nonetheless, this lavish lifestyle has its drawbacks. Unlike a typical household, Buckingham Palace does not provide the anonymity to casually go out for a stroll or host a private event without attracting public attention. Coming of age within the palace walls, young royalty understand the constant surveillance of their actions. Despite the expansive gardens surrounding them, they are never without a security detail. The burden of fulfilling centuries-old customs and meeting high expectations defines their upbringing and molds their destinies. While some find solace in the strict guidelines and obligations, others grapple with the constraints on their personal autonomy. Residing in Buckingham Palace involves adhering to rigid protocols. From interactions with guests to choices in attire, every aspect is governed by long-standing customs. Those in the royal family are committed to serving the public, embodying the monarchy at functions, entertaining important guests, and meeting commitments. Despite the admiration for their positions, the demands can be draining. The palace serves not only as their residence, but also as a place of work where they must constantly be alert and present. Senior members of the royal family, such as the current monarch and those next in line to the throne, experience an intensified level of responsibility. They must exhibit flawless control over their emotions, managing both public duties and private struggles. The burden of preserving the monarchy is immense, allowing little space for individual wants. Though the palace may offer convenience, it does not ensure tranquility. Residents of Buckingham Palace, despite its splendor, still face emotional hardships. Numerous individuals have openly discussed the difficulties of living under constant observation. The majestic walls of the palace can sometimes feel restricting. Personal issues frequently attract public attention, complicating the ability to handle them discreetly. Some royal family members have embraced the organized setting of the palace, finding it to be beneficial in providing them with direction. On the other hand, some have yearned for a more ordinary life outside the confines of the palace. The conflict between individual identity and the responsibilities of royalty continues to be a prevalent issue for those residing in the palace. Even with its difficulties, Buckingham Palace stands as the core of the royal family. This iconic residence has witnessed significant events throughout history, serving as the birthplace and home of multiple generations of monarchs who have left their legacy inside its walls. We see a tapestry of personal memories, political engagements, and international relations taking place. Essentially, the palace functions as a stronghold for the monarchy, prompting its residents to uphold their duties to the country. Living in Buckingham Palace is a unique experience, blending opulence with obligation and history with the ever-present demands of public life. Like living in a world that is both filled with exclusive benefits and demanding obligations, while outsiders view it as a magnificent place, the residents experience it as a space where duties, customs, and anticipations prevail. Despite the grandeur, there are sacrifices made behind closed doors. It serves as a residence but ties its inhabitants firmly to the past and the idea of serving others. One of the most shocking revelations about Buckingham Palace comes from Princess Anne. Her disclosure hasn't just shaken the palace walls, it has exposed deeper issues within. Princess Anne breaks the silence. Princess Anne has long been seen as the epitome of royal responsibility, never showing signs of wavering under pressure. However, when she delivered her farewell speech at Buckingham Palace, it was clear that she had been silently enduring a great deal of hardship. Despite her reputation for strength, and disclosed that she often felt lonely and overwhelmed by the demands of her royal role. Within the confines of the palace walls, and lived in Buckingham Palace for many years, a symbol of history and tradition. While the rest of the world saw it as a symbol of privilege and prestige, she saw it as a place of confinement where her obligations overshadowed her personal freedom. She carried the burden of living up to royal expectations for so long, living a life that did not allow for individuality or sincere emotional bonds. She compared her life to being in a bubble, cut off from the outside world and obligated to maintain a facade that allowed no room for weakness. Her disclosures were not only unexpected but also very relatable. It was widely believed that being part of royalty meant having it all: money, power, and respect. However, Anne debunked this myth by revealing the isolation and fatigue that accompanied her position. Even though she was constantly surrounded by loved ones, employees, and a nation that idolized her, she frequently experienced a sense of solitude. The palace, supposed to be a place of refuge, seemed more like a luxurious prison, and speech resonated even more due to her candidness about the sacrifices she had made. She devoted her life to fulfilling her duties, often concealing any personal grievances. However, behind her calm demeanor, she faced overwhelming emotional stress. The overwhelming need to appear flawless, the constant public scrutiny, and the obligation to maintain the monarchy's reputation all had a profound impact on her. She acknowledged for the first time that there was a part of her that yearned for a more straightforward and liberating existence. Leaving Buckingham Palace was not only about moving away from home, but also about finding herself again. For her, it was a bold statement against the structure that had defined her life. Anne's vocal honesty was a rare act among royals, as she openly addressed the toll of monarchy on a personal level. Her words hinted at a deeper issue. If even the most dedicated royal, the burden felt by Princess Anne raises significant questions about the monarchy as a whole. Her departure has profound consequences, as the foundation of the monarchy has always been rooted in the concept of steadfast dedication and selflessness. However, Anne's choice challenges this belief by publicly acknowledging the challenges of royal life. Her actions raise the possibility of change within the institution. Might other royals also begin to voice their concerns and consider re-evaluating their positions within the family? The monarchy has long been viewed as a symbol of unwavering stability, but Anne's goodbye speech brought attention to some underlying issues. Her words were powerful not only for their shock value, but also for their genuine nature. And wasn't just being defiant for the sake of it. She was exposing a truth that had been concealed for generations. By speaking out, she may have altered the course of royal history. The fate of the monarchy is now uncertain. Could Anne's exit be the catalyst for a shift towards a more contemporary and transparent monarchy, or will it instead serve as a lesson on the sacrifices that come with royalty? In any case, her departure has sparked a discussion that will have a lasting impact. Princess Anne's reputation for strength has been well established, but her recent decision to step back and voice her thoughts may be considered her boldest move to date. What prompted Princess Anne's revelation, and what implications does it have for the royal family? Her departure represents a quiet rebellion against royal expectations. Anne's touching exit from Buckingham Palace has caused a stir within the royal family, prompting unexpected inquiries. Beneath her sincere goodbye lies a concealed reality that has not been seen by the public eye. It was not just about departing from a majestic home, but about breaking free from a structured lifestyle that has influenced her in ways that are beyond comprehension. While Anne has been recognized as a steadfast royal who fulfills her duties without objection, her recent statements have dismantled that perception, portraying her as someone who has faced significant challenges within the confines of the palace. During her goodbye address, Anne acknowledged that she had been contemplating this choice for a while. Even though she was highly esteemed within the royal family, she revealed that she often felt alienated in her residence. The traditional and dutiful Buckingham Palace had transformed into a representation of solitude for her. Her statements alluded to a significant emotional weight, an inner conflict between meeting royal demands and finding personal joy. Could this exit be a subtle defiance against the strict monarchy system? If so, What implications does it hold for others in similar circumstances? Anne's departure signifies a significant shift in the public's perception of the royal family. Previously viewed as a firm and unwavering establishment, the monarchy is now facing questions about its rigidity and the expectations it places on its members. Anne's choice to distance herself implies that even the most loyal members of the royal family are not immune to the pressures and challenges of their roles. The royal family's boundaries and the recent departure of one of its members indicate a deep-seated conflict within the monarchy that has been concealed for an extended period. The similarity between her leaving and previous royal exits, such as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure, is evident. However, unlike their controversial exit, her departure is more subdued yet equally significant. This prompts the question, is the monarchy heading towards a new era where individual happiness is prioritized alongside obligations? In today's society, where mental well-being and individual freedom are gaining importance, her comments bring attention to a truth that even members of royalty cannot avoid. While the royal family has long been known for their grace and self-control, her decision to leave serves as a reminder that underneath the glamour, there is a heavy burden of pressure. Is this the start of a new era for the monarchy, where individuals are given the chance to redefine their positions in their own way? Her departure is made more interesting by its connection to the challenges faced by younger members of the royal family. As public criticism grows and cultural norms change, it is becoming increasingly apparent that the monarchy needs to adapt to a new reality. Her exit presents an opportunity to delve into discussions about the modern definition of royalty. However, this is not the only revelation. An investigation into bullying within the palace has also come to light. Ex-employees are coming forward more and more to talk about their time working for the Duchess of Sussex, painting a picture that is very different from the perfect image that was initially portrayed. The situation is concerning, as there has been a large number of staff leaving, 18 in total, including the Chief of Staff, who left after just 3 months. The short time that employees stay in the Sussex household is surprising and suggests issues with the work environment. Although working for the royal family is known to be difficult, it is still surprising that experienced professionals are struggling. Former staff members have described the workplace as difficult and chaotic, which goes against the polished image of the Sussex household. It is especially puzzling that these workers, who are not inexperienced but rather experienced professionals who had worked for prestigious figures and leaders worldwide, found it challenging to adjust to Meghan and Harry's work environment. This leads to important inquiries about the inner workings of the situation and what factors contributed to the challenging atmosphere. Furthermore, there are indications that the reported negative work environment influenced Prince William's choice to create independent living spaces. His decision to separate from his staff implies that there may be a significant underlying problem that justified such a bold action. Testimonies from past employees describe a concerning atmosphere of intimidation while working under Meghan's guidance, raising questions about her leadership style. These leadership approaches hark back to old-fashioned dictatorial techniques that sharply differ from current standards of business behavior. Meghan was caught off guarded by the sudden emergence of these accusations as various complaints came to light. Her statement suggesting she doesn't feel obliged to fulfill people's demands brings another level of complication to the situation. This begs the question, when did being nice and displaying common courtesy become equated with excessive pampering? At the same time, Team Sussex adamantly refutes these accusations and is quick to respond to any negative comments. Nevertheless, as more ex-staff members come forward with comparable testimonies, it becomes harder to completely reject their allegations. The uniformity in their narratives hints at a recurring trend rather than sporadic occurrences. A key insider has noted that Meghan tends to position herself as a victim, yet at the same time, she displays actions that may come across as bullying. This inconsistency confuses how the public sees her. In her interviews, personal stories, and Netflix shows, Meghan consistently portrays herself as a misunderstood individual fighting against unfair situations. However, beneath this deliberate public persona, a noticeably different truth seems to be unraveling. Considering the boldness it takes to claim moral superiority while reportedly mistreating employees is quite remarkable. The shocking revelation is similar to finding out that a beloved figure such as Santa Claus behaves inappropriately in private. However, the argument goes further than just Meghan's rumored way of managing. It brings out wider issues of inconsistency, power relationships, and the intricacies of human behavior. The monarchy represents more than just displays of grandeur and public appearances. It signifies responsibility, serving others, and prioritizing the needs of others over one's own. If a royal individual is alleged to mistreat employees, It not only harms their image, but also weakens the principles that the organization is supposed to support. The contrast between the allegations against Meghan and the dedication of individuals in fields such as teaching, nursing, and retail is disappointing. Despite facing tough challenges, these workers still show dignity and respect towards others. This serves as a reminder of the crucial role integrity plays in leadership. It's important to understand that this issue is not happening on its own. Meghan and Harry have carefully crafted a public image based on empathy, promoting mental health, and being kind. They have started various charitable projects, podcasts, and collaborations with media to solidify their reputation as generous individuals. But if they do not show simple respect to those in their inner circle, it casts doubt on the authenticity of their public persona. Advocates for Meghan may claim that the palace is behind a deliberate attempt to tarnish her reputation. It is not surprising that it is challenging to reconcile the image she has crafted with the accusations being made against her. But the fact that 18 former employees are raising concerns, rather than just a couple, indicates a pattern of behavior rather than a one-time mistake. These disclosures highlight underlying issues within the organization that need to be addressed. It is imperative to conduct a comprehensive inquiry into these allegations in order to address the situation thoroughly. To confirm their accuracy and guarantee responsibility, developing specific guidelines for handling these concerns will be essential in averting the recurrence of similar problems. Prioritizing the welfare and equitable treatment of everyone implicated is crucial. The allegations have prompted the palace to start an inquiry, sparking intrigue among the general public. Yet, there is a strong belief that the results of the investigation will remain confidential, similar to other secretive royal issues. Despite the possibility of the findings being kept under wraps, this scenario has the potential to significantly impact the reputation of Meghan and Harry, potentially altering how they are perceived by the public. Often, small mistakes can be overlooked by the general population. However, being accused of intimidation and harshness can lead to serious repercussions in a society that prizes genuineness. Even a slight suggestion of dishonesty can have negative effects. If it is revealed that Meghan and Harry have been dishonest about who they are, the aftermath could be long-lasting and serious. The possible outcomes could have a major impact on their reputation and sway over the public. While the royal family may present a united front with everything appearing under control, recent rifts have exposed tensions within the members of Buckingham Palace. Behind the grand walls, Buckingham Palace represents a long-standing tradition and authority. But beneath its impressive facade lies a history of internal strife that has influenced the workings of the royal family. The palace has been the backdrop for various conflicts, from disputes among siblings to debates over duties and obligations. Despite putting on a united front in public, the royal family faces ongoing challenges and tensions that highlight the complexities of their roles in contemporary society. In recent years, there has been a widely recognized conflict between Prince William and Prince Harry. Formerly close siblings, their relationship has been strained due to variations in character, obligations, and decisions. William, the prospective monarch, has consistently borne the burden of responsibility, while Harry, frequently perceived as the more defiant one, has pursued an alternate direction. The bond between the two brothers allegedly began to weaken when Harry embarked on a romantic relationship with Meghan Markle. William, who was looking out for his younger sibling, recommended that Harry proceed with caution. However, Harry perceived this as meddling. As Meghan integrated into the family, conflicts intensified due to disparities in her reception and treatment. The couple's ultimate choice to withdraw from their royal responsibilities in 2020 further intensified the divide. Unlike William, who adhered to customary royal practices, Harry and Meghan opted for a more autonomous path, resulting in an enduring and widely publicized estrangement. In 2005, Camilla took on a complex role when she married Prince Charles. She not only became his wife but also the stepmother to Princes William and Harry, who were still dealing with the pain of losing their mother, Princess Diana. Both the public and the boys had a hard time accepting Camilla, despite her long history with Charles. Over the years, it appeared that relations were getting better, but deep-seated tensions have never completely gone away. William has shown a strong desire to uphold his mother's memory. The news that Camilla would eventually hold the title of Queen Consort evoked conflicting feelings and provoked discussions about Diana's legacy. While they show politeness outwardly, there are rumors that William and Harry continue to keep a certain level of separation from Camilla, opting for formal rather than familial interactions. Initially, there was optimism that Catherine, Princess of Wales, and Meghan Markle would have a strong bond, being married to royal brothers. Nonetheless, it seems their connection was rocky from the start. Kate, who grew up in British high society and was familiar with royal customs, easily assimilated into the royal lifestyle. On the other hand, Meghan, an American actress with a unique background, brought a new and somewhat turbulent dynamic to the family. Their variations were highlighted on numerous occasions, such as the well-known argument before the wedding concerning bridesmaid attire in 2018. Accounts varied on who caused the tears between Meghan and Kate, but it was evident that there was tension. As Meghan and Harry stepped back from their royal responsibilities, the gap between the two couples widened. Meghan's public statements, in which she discussed her lack of support from the royal family, only intensified the situation, leading to doubts about reconciliation. Although most attention is directed towards the older members of the royal family, the younger generation is also facing their set of difficulties. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are experiencing the effects of being constantly watched by the public, particularly George, as he is next in line to the throne. The responsibilities and pressures on him exceed those of his siblings, potentially causing conflicts in the future. Throughout history, successors and secondary heirs have frequently experienced intricate dynamics. The interactions between Prince William and Prince Harry and King Charles and Prince Andrew illustrate how unequal treatment can lead to animosity. As George grows older, Charlotte and Louis might sense the weight of living in his shadow, potentially influencing their relationships in unforeseen ways. King Charles III and Prince Andrew have had a tumultuous relationship that spans over several years. Charles, devoted to his obligations and future responsibilities, stands in stark contrast to Andrew, who is known for his lavish way of living. Their conflicting personas were apparent when Charles ascended to the throne and aimed to modernize the monarchy. Andrew, already entangled in controversy, was stripped of his royal duties, a decision that he allegedly had trouble coming to terms with. There is still friction between them as Charles pushes for modernizing a monarchy while Andrew grapples with his reduced stature. Even within the confines of Buckingham Palace, their exchanges are reportedly cordial yet detached, with no imminent prospect of reconciliation. Aside from individual conflicts, there is also a wider conflict in determining the responsibilities of the monarchy in a world that is rapidly changing. The monarchy is constantly evolving as more people advocate for a more contemporary and efficient monarchy. King Charles is advocating for a decrease in the size of the working royal family, which results in fewer official duties for distant relatives. This shift has caused feelings of isolation among those who used to play important roles. Princess Anne, admired for her commitment to serving the royal family, has occasionally expressed worries about the future of the monarchy. Similarly, Prince Edward and his spouse Sophie have also faced the need to adjust to changing roles as the royal family progresses. Finding a harmonious blend of tradition and innovation continues to present an ongoing struggle. Although Buckingham Palace is impressive, it does not protect the royal family from the complexities of relationships, duties, and anticipations. Internal conflicts, such as sibling competitions and stepfamily discord, create rifts among the royals despite their shared obligations. King Charles faces the task of upholding harmony within the family while navigating the demands of contemporary society. Whether the palace will ever experience lasting tranquility remains uncertain. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.